welcome to the first of our instructional videos on how to use our master list. So this is basically the outline of the master list. The master list is a Google Doc, an Excel spreadsheet located online that you can basically put in everything that we offer in terms of our programs. So the first thing you need to insert is the date. Very easy to put into. You'll also notice that in addition to these dates down the side, the months are split up via tabs on the bottom row of our Excel spreadsheet. So make sure you're putting your event or your workshop or your activity within the correct month that it's in. So as you can see, we've even got things all the way booked in up until August at this point. So the second thing you need to look at is the age groups. Now this isn't a strict criteria. You can definitely estimate. There's a couple of varied in there because we just couldn't possibly categorize it as an age group. But if you're working with high school students, that's a pretty easy one. If you're working with university students, that's a pretty easy one. The next thing is the estimated number of attendees. So anytime you're booking in a workshop or an activity, anything of the like, make sure you book in the estimated number of attendees. Next, we need to be looking at the actual number of attendees. So this is something that you fill out after the event actually happens. As you can see, we've got a wonderful yellow box here that is awaiting the actual number of attendees for that event. Once you've filled that in, make the yellow box not yellow anymore. So then we know that it's been filled in by the correct person who actually counted the number of attendees at that event. As you'll notice down the bottom, the number of attendees is added up. So it's basically an easy sum Excel spreadsheet number to add the number of attendees as we go so we can keep track accurately throughout the year. The next thing to insert is the activity. So is it a workshop? Is it the seminar series? Is it a high tea? Is it an in-school workshop? Is it a panel discussion? Whatever it happens to be, insert that into the activity section. Next is the event time. So what actual time block or period will this event be running for? Pretty straightforward, nothing too much of concern. Next we have the location. So this is it located within your office space? So for example in Queensland with Invisible Ink, is it located externally? So for instance, is it like our Women's Leadership Series and it was located in Gympie? Next is the contact. So if it's an OWP volunteer, feel free to just put their first name. The most important thing is if it's an external party. So if someone is assisting you in organising this workshop, for instance Rochelle Lewis from the PCYC or Gary Lyons from Berkeley's On Anne, this is where we need their name, their email address and a contact phone number. So next year when we need to organise a similar event, we know exactly who to go to. Finally, we have our allocated OWP volunteer. So this is where you've completely finalised the complete event and now you're locking in which volunteers will be able to assist you on the day. Now, if you are unsure of the volunteers or you haven't quite confirmed it with them, put it as a tentative, so a TBC, and put it in red. So then we know to come back at this at a later date and fix that up to make sure that person is definitely confirmed. Finally, we have the notes section. So this is a section for any relevant note that could possibly exist. So for instance, for our Sydney Boys High School booking, we put in that flights and accommodation were already booked. For instance, if you are unsure which allocated OWP volunteer you're going to have, put in a note to check that. Highlight it in red if you need to remember. But that's basically the overview of the entire master list. It's pretty straightforward. If you need any help, make sure you give